So now you're going to come with the heel in the channel. And the ball of the foot is on the floor. I still want to have the fanning of the toes inward. And now that connection of the subtalar joint is on top of the front arc. Now I didn't ask anyone prior, but as we start to go into more of the balance work, there are dowels here that you can hold on to help. So I don't want you to fall over. I don't want you to blow an ankle in the class. And we also have rollers if there's not enough dowels. Or you can always go back against the wall and use the wall to support you if you feel you cannot balance in some of these poses. So please let us know who needs helping. You can let us know if you need the dowels, the roller, or the wall. Okay? So again, in your upright neutral position, see if you can lift just the toes of the right foot. So don't lift the ball of the foot, but can you extend the toes? Are they all extending equally? Is there one that's overextending and one that's not quite coming along for the ride at all?
Yes.
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 So that's informative. Switch sides. Let me see the left side. So lifting the toes of the left foot, keep the ball of the foot down. And just make note, which ones are maybe overextending and which ones are maybe not extending at all. Those are connected to other things further up the leg. All right? So that's giving us information about what we might need to work on. Now see if you can lift both sides, just the toes. Okay? So you might see that there's not extension coming up on those. Yeah. And then we start looking at what is affected by that further up the chain.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
You really feel more of the big toe going into the floor?
Yeah.
Well, you will because that's your issue, but
Okay, yeah. I mean, should you?
I don't want you to roll the ankle out. So that was where so relax for a moment. I want you to have a slightly different focus before we end up going into full dorsiflexion. So when you are, so I just asked you to lift the toes. Now I want you to have a slightly different focus when you lift the toes. I'm going to change that neuromuscular focus. This time, I want you to press into the heel to lift the toes. So the first set, I just had you lift the toes, and a lot of you were straining, and you felt that pressure in the first metatarsal. So now instead, I want you to press into the heel to lift the toes. Do you feel the difference?
Yes.
Do you get more equal extension in the digits if you actually press into the heel to lift?
Yes.
Yes, but I still feel like most of the weight's on my big toe now.
Can you correct that? Does it help to spiral the toes inward?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're trying to get equal distribution through the metatarsal heads. Now, depending on your transverse arch, depending on your extension of your toes, it's going to be different for everybody. If you feel like you have more pressure on the inside, then see if you can change that by spiraling the toes inward and maybe trying to think of the tib fib going external. Because right now we're in hip extension, right? We're in hip neutral, hopefully. So, but this is going internal, external, internal when we're standing here. So see what you need to adjust to get the pressure. If you feel all the pressure is in the first metatarsal, what do you need to adjust to take that pressure away? Okay, now you're going to press into the heel to lift the right foot all the way, the ball of the foot all the way off the floor. See if you can keep the toes more neutral now. So the toes aren't fully extending this time, they're just relaxed. And place that down, push into the heel, and lift the other foot. And see if you can then relax the toes and just get dorsiflexion of the ankle without the toes. Now, are you able to lift both? Just for a couple seconds at least. Try not to shift your whole center of mass backwards to do that. Really push down into the heel. So you're grounding into that subtalar joint to lever the ball of the foot up off the floor. There is not a lot of dorsiflexion in our practice, in the Pilates method, right? In fact, classically, most of the work is done in plantar flexion because it came from a lot of ballet dancers, where they considered plantar flexion more desirable. However, you need to be able to go into dorsiflexion for proper gait mechanics, and then be able to go from dorsiflexion into plantar flexion and dorsiflexion for swing through. So all of these pieces need to be present for proper gait mechanics. Okay? Now, are you able to do that? Heel in the channel with bent knees. For some of you, this is going to try the toes first, so go back to just the toes, and then try the ball of the foot, and then try both balls of the feet. For some, this will be easier. For others, this will be more difficult. And keeping your upright neutral. I'm sorry if I bent over to do that. I was looking at the syllabus. See if you can do that with just bending the knees and not bending over. Just bending at the knees and lifting. Harder? Easier?
Easier.
Harder? So it's going to be different for everybody. It's not like one is really feeling it here. Yes, because that's what you're working on. Okay. Because in most of your Pilates practice, do you do it in plantar flexion? Because classically, that's what we do, right? We're pointing most of the time. So, and again, probably with what you have going on with the toes, you probably need to work that front line of the shin. Okay? Now, place the foot back down, spread the toes, and straighten the knees. So you remember the old, I'm sure you've all done it at some point, or been told to do it in rehab, doming, right? Not my favorite, because I really feel like it encourages you to just flex the toes. And if I already have clients who have hammer toes, why am I going to encourage them to do that? And they already have a weak arch, so they aren't able to get there. This is all they can do. So the doming wasn't a really good, effective exercise. However, in this position, fanning the toes, think of that doming, but you can't do the toes because you're already in that plantar flexed position, supported, but you're pulling up from that subtalar joint. You're lifting from there. Can you feel that without gripping the toes? That you're doming the foot, you're pulling up from that arch. Yes? Yeah. So I feel this is a much better environment to work on doming the foot rather than trying to do it from here where I'm just going to overuse my toe flexors. Now again, try that same doming with bent knees. For me personally, I feel much more pelvic floor now. I feel that connect when I bend than I am in the straight. And adductors, you feel more adducts, so you may feel something different in a bent knee.
Does it show or is it smaller than that?
Well, you can see the lift, yes, that's doming. That's perfect. You see that lifting. But try to grip the toes when you do that. So it's only getting that lift without taking the toes with you. So it's doming the arch, not working the toes. Okay. Now lastly, I want you to lift, since I'm mirroring this way, you're going to lift your left foot and you're going to rotate the torso to the left. And you're pushing down into the other foot to get over there. Place that down, other side, lift, push down the other leg and rotate.
Thinking more baller here.
And down. Sorry?
The push, you thinking more baller.
Heel. I'm driving it from subtalar. I'm not driving it from the ball of the foot. I'm driving it from subtalar. That's the closest connection, communication to your pelvis, right? So not from the ball, but from the heel to press down. And again, you may notice one side is more restricted than the other.
Forefoot, push the heel and rotate.
Yes. So you're pushing from this heel to send you into rotation here as this is lifting. That's why you're here. All right, excellent. Now, carefully step off your minis.